It's Alex, your nutrition chef, and we're back for the episode number 2 that I promised you, and this one's going to be fun and exciting. You know, I went around neighborhood to neighborhood trying to figure out who was I going to pick, who was a nutrition chef going to pick to make 2012 not only healthy for them, but also for you as we watch and go through his pantry. So I made sure he's home. I know that he doesn't know I'm coming. I put a call in, got my wife to put a call in, so he is home. He doesn't know I'm coming, but I know he's going to be more than happy and more exciting to have me come in there and have a great educational segment go on here. So let's go. Oh, but wait, before we do it, let me get on my Super Chef jacket. All right, you ready? Let's go. Todd, how you doing?
Wow. What's up, dude?
So, hey, sorry about my chef jacket, but you know, remember that first episode I had? When I have
you got a camera coming to
Do you remember the first episode where I said I had to,
yeah.
in 2012, find a friend and raid their pantry?
Oh, wow.
I chose you.
Oh, wow.
Is it okay if we come in?
Come on in. I just got home.
That's all right.
Not sure what's here, but
All right, let's go in.
Come on in.
All right. All right, Todd, well, I'm so happy you allowed me to come up here and, you know, do something that I think is a pretty healthy thing for anyone, whether, you know, their pantry is unhealthy or is healthy.
Absolutely.
You know, and the reason why I chose you, there are a lot of great reasons, but before I kind of go into that, why don't you give the audience a little explanation about, you know, who you are, you know, where you come from, what your lifestyle is like. Do you cook at home? Do you do drive-through? I know you have kids, so, you know, what is your cooking lifestyle?
It's a good question. You know, as you guys know, I mean, you're on the run and something quick, and the kids are in the back, and we're hungry, and so I do try and cook, you know, mostly at home, but and stay on the healthier side. But there's those occasions where you kind of look for the quickest fast food and the healthiest too.
No, definitely. I think, especially if you have kids that are athletic. Are your kids athletic as well?
Yeah.
Both in sports.
Both in sports, and very athletic. And
you know, and you're
active.
kind of buff yourself.
I hit the weights every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
You know,
he's lying on that one. But and you're also training for a half marathon.
Training for a half marathon in March too. Yeah.
And see, that excites me. The nutrition chef gets excited with that because, you know, here we are, single dad, really busy, you know, really healthy. Or is he? We'll find out today.
That's right.
You know, and sometimes you can be buying things that you're maybe quickly buying because the marketing in the front and not necessarily reading the side, or maybe you are, but maybe there's things that hopefully I can point out to you that maybe you didn't know.
And the balance is just the ingredients.
The ingredients.
You know, you get some of.
So are you an ingredient reader when you buy things?
Mostly. But the balance is the ingredients versus the quick.
And how busy you are. And how busy you are.
Get home. You got dishes and you got homework and breakfast to do the next morning. And
super dad.
It's it's not easy. That's okay.
I think today is going to be a good opportunity to see what we can keep here and what we can throw out.
It's exciting. Let's do it.
Am I allowed to do that?
You are. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, everyone. Before I seek and destroy in this cabinet over here, I have to put on my molecular seek and destroy goggles. Here we are, about to begin 2012, and I'm hoping after today and after our viewers are watching us that they're going to be inspired to want to go through their pantry and maybe take some of the insight and education that we're going to share with you guys today and make 2012 healthier inside and out, because when you come home, my biggest thing is your biggest habits are at home, right. So if your pantry is full with a lot of healthy, great things, you're not going to give in to the darker side as easier than if you have a lot of bad stuff in it.
Absolutely.
Those nights when you're bored, when people are usually hungry at night, it's usually not their body hunger, it's usually stress or boredom.
Yeah.
So let's look at some of these breakfast items that you have here. This one here I was looking at, what I like about this is like, in comparison, probably the most popular Rice Krispie, that we probably grew up on when we were kids.
Right.
But with it being better, it doesn't have any of the bad sugars in it.
Yeah, that's what I read.
And it's full of vitamins.
Not just that it's fat-free, but
because a lot of times, if it's not fat-free, you still want to look at the type of carbohydrate it is, and it's a rice carbohydrate, which has got a low insulin response on your pancreas. So that's a good cereal.
Oh, good.
So this one passed the test.
It's good.
And then let's look at this. So this is a perfect example. This is something because I have children too, and I know that as a dad, pancakes are great to do for the kids. Kids love them. It's a good weekend thing.
Yeah.
And when you look at this, you would think, heart healthy, you know, automatically. And then you look at whole grain and all that stuff. But what's hidden in this ingredient is canola and soybean oil mixture. And usually in generic products, there's no way that this is one of those, it's an oil that's not genetically modified. So it means it's genetically engineered, you know, soybean and canola oil, and that's not something you want to put in your body. It just creates more carcinogens, and it's not a healthy oil when you can get a non-GMO or an oil that hasn't been, you know, basically molecularly changed from its proteins.
Yeah.
You know, and so not to get too scientific on everybody, but you'll see when you go to health food stores nowadays, you'll see non-GMO. But that means, you know, genetically modified is not a bean or a seed or a harvest that's been genetically engineered by the government in order to increase crop production.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, then you end up ingesting that mutated. So this is a great product. It's whole grain, and it's got, you know, none of the bad sugars and things like that, but then it has that in it. So it throws off the whole, you know, marketing. Yeah. You know, it's not from Mother Nature.
Another big key factor for me is just add water.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, and to, you know, for instance,
I think you all understand
what you could do instead of this, because I'm sure you have some of these ingredients. You get some flour, some eggs, some protein powder, a little bit of vanilla extract, a healthy sugar, pancakes right there. You know, and
well, that's okay. Make some notes.
I'll give you that recipe afterwards.
Yeah, great.
And then let's look at this one here. Toasted Mom's Best Natural. Let's look at Mom's Best. Let's see what Mom's Best is. So we got whole grain oat flour, very good. Evaporated milled sugar, not bad. And then what you do though is it's not just what's in the ingredients, but it's the order the ingredients are in. So that means because evaporated milled sugar is a second ingredient, that means 90% of this product is sugar. Because the order of ingredients is how much bulk it is when they're making the recipe. So even though it's a healthy sugar, it's just something to point out. It means there's a lot of sugar in here. And then you can also correlate to the carbohydrates compared to sugar. So for every 24 grams of carbohydrates, 10 of that is sugar, so it's quite a bit.
So half of it.
Almost half, almost 50% of it is sugar, and just the carbohydrate sense. So even though we got some healthy ingredients, you know, the better one would be that one than this one. When it comes down, if you're trying to watch your sugar intake, if you're a diabetic, you know, or if you have kids that, you know, get too ramped up when they eat sugar, sometimes this is what happens. You know, we don't know what we're giving our kids. You know, so far we got some breakfast items that are good. Some quick oats. I mean, that's usually just 100% whole grain oats. The only difference, what happens with this type of oats is it's milled, so it's so processed that a lot of the vitamins and nutrients like the iron and the phosphorus get taken away in strips. So the better substitute is the steel cut. You know, they take a little bit longer to cook. You get more nutrition, more vitamins, because it's been through a lot of machinery, and that rips away some of the nutrition. And then we got Swanson's chicken broth. So this is great. You got the no MSG. The only thing on here is just it's got a large amount of sodium, about 570 milligrams per 1 cup. You know, this says 24%, but to me that's not, because the average RDAs recommend just to survive in life, not to prevent aging and disease. From all my, all the studying I've done, you shouldn't get more than 800 milligrams of sodium a day. You know, so this is great because if you're cooking, you don't want to use oil. For like sauteing and stuff. That's what I use.
That's typically what I do. I'll cut that with water.
Yeah, so you can cut it with water. You know, you can use a vegetable one too if you want to make, stay away from animal. If I don't know if some of your daughters like vegetarian dishes and stuff like that.
They do.
So it's always good to have. I always have at least a couple of these in my cupboard. You know, not this one, but like good organic vegetable broth.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can also get the low sodium ones now too.
Yeah,
so
that's a good idea.
And then we got the Jet Puff marshmallows. Where did these come from, Todd? You guys make s'mores on the weekend?
See, mix these with a little Rice Krispie cereal.
Oh, I see.
You have a kid's favorite dessert.
Let's see.
Who doesn't like Rice Krispies?
Corn syrup is the first ingredient, and then sugar.
Isn't that a beautiful thing?
So that means, right away when you have 2 ingredients, the first 2 is sugar. You know, if I had a big bucket of sugar right now, after all the stuff that we're finding right now, by the end of the day, you think of how your breakfast could start out, a bowl of Cocoa Crisp with a handful of these. You wonder why, type 2 diabetes is on the rise, right? I mean, and being a father, like I know you are, we both are really passionate about our kids. And they're a hybrid, their bodies are a temple. Whatever they put in their body now is an opportunity of how much healthier they're going to be when they're older. And that's what drives my passion. I think that's one of the things that, knowing you, I know drives you. That's why I was excited to come in here. But yeah, so you can get actually healthy marshmallows. I don't know if you ever had them before. You can get healthy marshmallows. Whole Foods, Jimbo's, they both sell them. Where instead of having the corn syrup, they use just a natural raw sugar without all the. And these have a lot of preservatives in them too. Yeah. But it's okay. Once in a while, right?
You live and learn.
And then I was looking at these two because you have, one black bean, it's an organic one.
Yep.
And then one just regular. And, you look on the side here, and, calories are pretty close. You'll see the difference in sodium on your generic side is almost double than the organic.
Yeah.
But it's pretty huge. And then, the other thing is this puts EDTA in to promote the color, to make it look more colorful. And that's a chemical preservatives. And a lot of the time, natural products will put seaweed in it to make it, which is a natural preservative, or ascorbic acid for vitamin C. This one here uses sea salt actually instead, so you can use sea salt as well. So this one's just basically water, beans, and sea salt. This one's water, kidney beans, corn syrup, salt, calcium chloride, disodium ETA. So, again, it makes a difference because you can see how we've only gone through about 7 products. You can imagine in a day, how many chemicals someone can get in their body. And you only have 50% here. You're like 50% good. So you imagine someone that has all unhealthy ingredients in their food. By the end of the day, we wonder why 1 to 2 people are getting cancer. Just a tidbit. It's important. So let's put these back in here. I'm going to keep this one out, though, because that's my best find on the top shelf. There's some good protein there. I know you guys, have been patient. I'm going to get to the cooking soon. I'm not going to go through the entire pantry. I'm probably going to finish off with this second shelf here. And I've spotted a few things that I'm going to probably pull together, because I know that you're probably hungry, getting home and taking some time out to let the nutrition chef come here. And I know your girls are probably hungry, so I got to put my brain here together quickly with what you got and make something healthy.
And protein.
But I'm going to make something healthy, quick, and flavorful because that's what the nutrition chef is all about. So these 2 oils here, we got olive oil and vegetable oil. I'm assuming you get this to probably cook and fry and stuff like that. Again, to go back to it, it doesn't say non-GMO on it. So you can assume this is genetically engineered soybean oil. It's a mutated oil. Again, you wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you'd think 100%
so,
pure.
And a lot of the oils too, when you cook with them, this one has a high heat retention, and this one is like over 350, so that's good. You can cook with it. If it was natural oil, it'd be good, but at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, and you're adding this to all your other food, because oil, when you use oil in a dish, it's basically a bonder to all the ingredients.
Yeah.
You could have, say, some organic produce, all this other stuff that's great, and this is your fat source, and it's a mutated fat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that was the thing for me too with olive oil. I used to cook with olive oil.
So and olive oil,
you think it's healthy.
A lot of people do. A lot of people do cook
but at
with
those high temperatures.
It basically denatures all the essential fatty acids in it. And olive oil is really sensitive. It's like 185. Anything over 185, it starts to denature. And actually, a lot of olive oil, if you notice, the ones that you guys should get are the ones that aren't in a clear bottle like this. Because right now, as I'm talking and we're speaking, the lights is actually even destroying some of the nutrition in here. So you want to get the ones that are in a tin. You'll see the really good olive oils are in a metal tin, so that light can't penetrate the bottle.
Wow.
And then let's look at these 2 here. This is a good comparison here. This is great. I can't believe you had this in your pantry.
Look at that.
It's amazing. So here we go. We got rice noodles, and we got just your spaghetti that everyone probably cooks to make spaghetti and meatballs and all those things. But a huge difference in nutrition. This one doesn't have any preservatives. It's just basically a processed wheat that's with flours turned into a pasta. But this is a rice noodle. This is a huge difference nutritionally. It's got no wheat, no gluten, and what I can see right now is you put these 2 together, we have a complete protein, all the amino acids. So we don't even need meat tonight to cook. And the nutrition chef, between the black beans and the rice noodles, we can make like a Santa Fe style, dish. I think I saw some corn in your freezer and some peppers in your fridge.
We do have that.
I think I saw agave nectar too as a sweetener.
We do have
some of
that too.
So there you go. We're going to make a healthy Santa Fe dish. And you know what? I'm going to put that on my website too. So this dish that we're about to cook will be available.